Who am I? Isn't that a question that we all have such a hard time to answer? Every year in a new classroom, many of us students dislike the first day because every year the question comes up. Who are you? Tell us something about you. You should just start with, hi, my name is Jesus Gale. I'm from Carrollton, Texas. Maybe I just give what I'm studying or what I'm interested in. But that seems simple. My classes might think I'm very boring and shy. So let's start with a more informed speech. Hi, classmates. My name is Jesus Gil, but I usually go by Gil, which came from my teammates in high school and just stuck since then. Sports are the center of my life, and they all started in a town north of Dallas named Carrollton, where I started to play flag football, hockey, basketball, and track. But what I found more interesting in was soccer. I lived in Carrollton for 18 years of my life, graduated from Creekview High School in 2016. Currently, I live with my sister and my mom in Lake Dallas, while my dad moved to Houston for a job opportunity after my parents got a divorce in the fall of 2016. I haven't totally decided on my degree, but finance seems to be at the top of the list. Let me show you 4 objects that describe me in a simple way: a soccer ball, a blank sheet of paper, a hat, and a watch. Choosing a soccer ball as my first object was probably the easiest one to choose because my whole life soccer has been the center of my life. And that's how people view me, a soccer player. Soccer has been in my life and the career path I've been wanting to take since I first introduced into the sport. Having the ball on my feet only gives me happiness and takes the stress away from my surroundings. My passion for soccer is something I would find hard to give up. I see soccer being a part of the rest of my life. A soccer player is what I've always been viewed as, but there has been a fear of mine that has been hidden from others, and that's the fear of failure. The next object, a blank sheet of paper, is what I fear of, and doing nothing worthy of putting down on paper. Not accomplishing my dreams of becoming a soccer player and becoming a failure is something I've had feared for many years. This blank sheet of paper shows how I fear of not achieving anything. Everyone that's known me personally could call me determined and motivated, but there's only one reason why, and this is because of fear of failure is the biggest fear I've had. My whole life, I thought that I had my future set for, and saw a smooth path, but then sophomore year of high school, I got benched and didn't make the academy team, and that's when I got my first hit of reality. Year by year, I've learned that my dream of becoming a professional soccer player becomes less attainable with obstacles getting tougher and tougher. But I cannot let them stop me because a blank sheet of paper here does not show what my future is going to be. That is something that I will always strive for, to be the best I can be. Although my biggest fear of the failure, although the biggest fear of failure is the biggest fear I have always determined to not let it affect me. Many people classify me as a shy person, but I believe I'm not a shy person. I can be the most talkative and outgoing guy. For the third object, I brought a hat to show the times I have my hat on and my hat off, when I'm comfortable and uncomfortable. When I'm out in public or in class, many of my classmates might see me isolated or just on my phone. Not trying to come out shy, but it's just me being uncomfortable. There are 2 ways you can see me, with the hat on or the hat off, and this shows of what stage I really am in. When the hat is on, I'm very unfamiliar with my surroundings. Therefore, I use the hat to try to cover up who I am and show others I am shy and reserved. When the hat is off, I am very comfortable and open to the environment, and everyone is able to see my full face, everything, and they get to see the real me. But the truth is, hat on or hat off, I am the same guy, the same cool, talkative, supporting man, but it just takes someone to take off the hat to see for themselves. Which leads me to the next and last object. I asked my cousins, hey, what's an object that can describe me? But very surprisingly, they chose a watch. They told me that a watch represents how I'm always there for people around me at any time. A watch was something I never thought of, but more and more I started to think about it, and I got to see that I am the type of guy that I'm there at any time of the day for motivation or anything really. One of my cousins pointed out at the time that he was very down, wasn't very motivated, and he just played video games all day. I remember I took him to the gym and I told him, hey, you can do whatever you want, you just gotta work for it. Told him the same thing with college. He wasn't even planning to go to college. Now he goes to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, and he has 3 schools to choose from for college. Very proud of him. My little cousin, his little brother, chose to be very unspoken and doesn't really seem to have issues in life, which actually is not true, but when he needs it, he comes to me. He's a sophomore in high school, therefore he has a lot of questions. And then again, I'm there to motivate them and show them you can do it, you just gotta work for it. This makes me see that the watch is the best representation of me when it comes to being there for others. Who am I? Isn't just a simple question after all. It just takes a little time of thinking, like I did in this speech, and you learn a lot about yourself. I hold my soccer ball, my blank sheet of paper, my hat, and my watch. It's enough to show you that I am just an average college student with a dream and with the motivation to do something great. Thank you for listening to me about who am I, as I am very eager to hear what my fellow classmates have to say about themselves. Thank you.